Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar, some solo marketer here, and in this video I want to quickly show you how to create a privacy policy page on your System.io account. Either it's for your website or it's for the funnel pages, right? The thing that you link to in the footer. So I'm going to show you how to actually create the copy, how to create the page, and how to link it to both of these types of footers, which I'll show you what the difference is. But yeah, the first thing you want to do, which will work for like 99.9% of the people, just to create a basic privacy policy page, just to have it. Let's say some social media sites ask you to have one in the footer. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to post a link on that social media channel. So the first thing you do, you just go on Google and basically just search privacy policy generator free, right? So whatever the options are. In this case, we're going to pick the first one. I don't have like a preference, but as long as it's a free one, it's just going to ask you like 5 questions. You're going to answer them, and it's just going to give you like this big chunk of text that we're going to put into a page. So in this case, I'm just going to pick the first one, and pretty much a vast majority of the time, any of these tools, they'll try to upsell you stuff, but it's pretty much unnecessary. You just need kind of like the text itself, and you don't need any fancy upsells. But yeah, this is the first one we open, and then just follow the instructions basically. So in this case, yeah, just we're going to do it for a website. Obviously, let's just continue and let's just follow through the questions. Let's just quickly fill them in. What's our website? And in my case, it's allmarketerfunnels.com. The website name, just kind of like the slash company name, or maybe it's a brand that you have. Maybe it's different from the company name. So just put in whatever yours is. And then obviously, whether you're a business or an individual, the company name, I'm just going to put something quickly, the address, just, a fake address, whatever. Like in this case, obviously put in the right address, your address, but just for the example's sake. And then obviously put in the location where it's actually at, with country, state, or province. And then, click next step. And then there's a few more options. In this case, it just asks you what kind of information you'll be collecting. In my case, it depends on your case, but most likely it will be very similar. You'll be definitely collecting email addresses, maybe a first name, last name, and the address, state, province, all that stuff. That would kind of might be the case for if they're buying something from you, especially if you're selling physical products, you might be collecting that information. If you're selling digital products, you might not need that information, so you might leave this out. But just kind of follow through what kind of information you're collecting, because you need to disclose that. And then let's click on next step. And again, straightforward. Usually I just do email. That's pretty much it. They can just contact you through the email address, whatever your business email address is. Let's say your sender email or whatever it might be, right? Just put it in there. Next step. And like I said before, they might try to upsell you some stuff. So we're going to say no, next step. And we are going to specify an email, which we need to send it. We want them to send it to, but in this case, we could just generate it right here on the site. But we put in the email, we click on generate, and then you just basically check whatever it gives you. It gives you like some sort of an HTML code. It gives you some like text that you can't really copy. Like I'm trying to select it, I can't. Scroll down. Oh, we can generate a file, right? So different sites might have different ways, but usually there's going to be like a copy it directly, or maybe they send it to your email, which is an option here as well. Over here, super easy. I can just download a docx file, which is like a Word document that you can upload on the Google Drive, and it will be the same thing essentially. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to download it, and I'm going to preview what it looks like. So it looks something like this. Let me drag it in from the other screen. And that's kind of essentially what the copy is, right? It's kind of long, but it kind of covers all bases, why you're collecting the information and what company you're representing, what's your company, and just kind of sets it all straight and just being transparent essentially. And that's pretty much it. So what you want to do now is you want to create the page that you're going to copy paste this stuff on. So we want to go back to blogs, the sites, blogs, and then go to pages, and we're going to create a new one. So let's click on create, and we're going to call it privacy policy. Privacy policy. This is just going to show up in the back end for ourselves, and the link, the URL path would be something like privacy. Let's create the page. Make sure it has the check mark over here, like the other ones, which just means use blog layout, which you'll see later. That's essentially the blog itself. You can set up like a header and footer ahead of time, and you can just basically just accept it, activate it for any of the pages, but you can disable it as well. But by default, it's going to be on. If it's not, you can just activate it here. Here the option is don't use blog layout, but if it's off, then it's going to be, use the blog layout. So let's go into page. It's going to look something like this, whatever, depends on what your header and footer are, but something like this. In the middle element, that's what we're actually going to be working. That's the page itself. The top and bottom elements stay the same. And we're just going to, just drag in a headline, drag in some text. Maybe instead of centering it, let's adjust it to the right side. Let's click on it. This little icon over here, alignment. And we can just duplicate a bunch. We just duplicate some of these, and what we're going to do is we're just going to paste the text in from that Word document. So again, it's on the other screen, but I'm just kind of copy pasting it in, and it's super straightforward. I'm just copy pasting the text. Then I took some more text, select this, delete it, paste in the new text, right? You can drag it over here. There we go. Then the next headline. We can do this. I'm just copy pasting it from the Word document, and then there's there's more text. Let's copy this. Let's paste it in. You can space it out. You can bold it, right? Some of the things you can bold. Then you can space it out a little bit. Hit enter a few times. Just kind of make it pretty, essentially, right? You just drag it in here. Just add some enters here and there. You can space it out as well. You can select the element, and then you can scroll down. You can add some padding. You want to give it some breathing room. In its essence, all you need to do is you need to copy paste a bunch of text in this page. There's going to be a lot more. Copy paste it. Use the two elements, headline and text. You can technically use the bulleted list element as well, which would help with stuff like this if you want to make it prettier, but it's not completely necessary. But that's, for elements like this, you can just paste them in as text without the bullets, or you can use the bullet point element. But just copy paste it in, copy paste all the stuff in, whatever it gave you. It's going to outline all the important stuff. And in the end, once you're done with the whole thing, I just did like 20% at most. Then you click save, exit page, and you can now add it to two different footers. So one will be the funnel footer, which for any funnel pages under sites, sales funnels, you're probably going to have some sort of a footer. So if we go and edit the page, that's going to be a global footer. And if you want to learn about how to create global footers, all that stuff, there's probably going to be a card popping up, and there's going to be a video on that at the end of this video. If you're stuck at that as well, I'm going to create that video right after this one. So there's going to be a link to that as well. But you're going to have some sort of a basic footer like this, right? With a menu element. And then you can just put in your contact details, your privacy policy link. Same thing with the terms and conditions element, or not the element, the page. You can create it the same way as the privacy policy one, right? Those are two different pages. And then you can just link them over here in the menu element. So in this case, it's going to be, if we go back, we have the privacy policy page set. You can just click on this little icon, copy, and then you can go back to the footer, the menu element, and over here, privacy policy. Obviously, this is set by default, but let's say you're just dragging in like a completely, empty, just a menu element. You create this, you type in privacy policy, you put in the link. You can open it in a new window if you want as well, and then you can just save it. And if you preview it, and then we scroll down, you see, now it's linked. If we click on it, that's going to open the page. So as straightforward as it gets. It's a bunch of copy pasting stuff, but just those two pages you can create with ease. Just make sure to just kind of go through, see everything. There might be like a text within that the big chunk of text that just has like a line that says this was created by so-and-so generator. You can take that out. But other than that, just go through it once. Make sure it's, aligned with whatever information you put in, which will most likely it will be, but yeah, that's the free way to do it, and it's pretty simple. And as for the other one, also for blogs, if you go to sites, blogs, there's a different header footer. Remember the green ones I showed? That's the blog layout. If you click on it, you can set the default header footer or the navigation bar in the footer for the blog, which is essentially the website. It doesn't need to be a blog, but it can be a blog as well. These are the default ones, right? Then the page content, whatever page they click on, the home page, the privacy policy, contact page, whatever, that's the content in the middle, and these top and bottom parts, they stay the same. So in this case, again, you can drag in the menu element, which will be here, right? You can drag it in here. It will be the same as the one I just showed on the funnel pages, or you can use whatever it gives you by default. I mean, you can just add in another one that says privacy policy, and then you select the text, and then you just, or you can just link it to a specific blog page. You select blog link, and then you select the privacy policy page, confirm, save, and then if we preview, again, privacy policy will be linked, right? You can see bottom left, there's a link, and then you click on it, and it's going to open the page. So that's for the blog. The first one I showed with the black footer, that's for the funnel pages. So yeah, that is it for this one. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll try to help as much as I can, answer all your questions. And like I said before, there should be a thumbnail popping up around right now on how to actually create footers, whether it's this one or the funnel page one, or how to make them global, which just means if it's on like 50 different pages, that footer, you make a change, some sort of a change to that footer, it's going to reflect in all 50 pages where it is being used. So if that's a kind of an uncertainty, go check out that video. But that's it for this one, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.